There have been no official China-Holy See relations since 1951. However, in September 2018 China and the Holy See signed an agreement allowing the Pope to appoint and veto bishops approved by the Chinese Communist Party. The agreement was renewed for another 2 years in October 2020. The Beijing government broke off diplomatic relations with the Holy See in 1951 after a complicated incident. Throughout 1950 and 1951, China had been putting pressure on the Vatican by threatening a breakaway of independent Catholics. But many priests opposed the movement, and Zhou Enlai sought a middle ground. A deadly controversy was then manufactured. A priest working at the Holy See Internunciature had thrown out an old 1930s-era mortar in a trash pile out of his home. A businessman named Antonio Riva discovered the mortar and took a non-functioning piece of it back to his house to display as an antique. When communist officials saw Riva's curio in his home, they arrested him for conspiracy to assassinate Mao Zedong, which Riva denied. Riva was executed and the Holy See's diplomatic mission was banished from the country for espionage. Tarcisio Martina, the regional apostolic prefect, was sentenced to life in prison and died in 1961, while 4 other conspirators were given shorter sentences. The Beijing government has set 2 conditions for re-establishing the relations: that the Holy See not interfere in religious matters in China, and that, in line with Beijing's One China policy, it break the ties with the Taipei government that it established after the expulsion of Archbishop Ribéry. Ties that, since the United Nations recognition of the Beijing government as the government of China, it now maintains only at the level of charge d'affaires. The Holy See has indicated that it would have no difficulty about the second condition, but requires discussion about the concrete meaning of the first. The main point of contention concerns the appointing of Catholic bishops in mainland China, who are now named by the Chinese Patriotic Catholic Association, at some periods in agreement with the Holy See, at other times in direct opposition to its declared wishes. The PRC government's position is that bishops should be appointed by itself. The Holy See's position is that bishops can only be appointed by the Pope, while envisaging in some cases a form of consultation with the civil authorities. The Holy See made efforts in 2007 to create formal ties with the PRC. Theodore McCarrack had been an envoy as part of such efforts. High-ranking bishops in the Roman Catholic Church implied that such a diplomatic move was possible, predicated on the PRC granting more freedom of religion and interfering less in the hierarchy of the Church in mainland China. In September 2007, the appointment of Father Joseph Li Shan by the PRC authorities was said to be tacitly approved by the Vatican. In May 2008, the China Philharmonic Orchestra from mainland China performed a concert for the Pope inside the Vatican, prompting analysts to speak of a growing rapprochement between the two countries. On 8 April 2011, the Financial Times reported that Baron von Fetten organized the first major breakthrough discussion at leadership level during a 3-day closed-door seminar in his French chateau, where a senior Chinese visiting delegation met with Monseigneur Balestrero, the Holy See Under-Secretary for Relations with States. Francis, Pope since March 2013, said in a news media interview that he wished to visit China and improve the Sino-Holy See relationship. It was also reported that on a papal visit to South Korea in August 2014, China opened up its airspace to the Pope's plane. And while crossing the Chinese airspace, the Pope sent a telegram expressing his best wishes to the Chinese people. In the late 1990s, officials of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Beijing raised the possibility that it might one day be used as the Holy See's embassy as a reason against demolishing an abandoned architecturally distinctive mansion belonging to the Archdiocese. In January 2018, the Church was close to negotiating a deal with China that allows China to have more control over the underground churches and allows the Vatican to have more control over the appointment of bishops. While this did not amount to the establishment of formal diplomatic ties, this was seen as a huge step towards formal recognition. However, Joseph Zenzakian regarded the warming of diplomatic relationships as selling out the Catholic Church in China, as the process involves the resignation of several bishops of the underground church. A vigil was held by the Justice and Peace Commission of the Hong Kong Catholic Diocese in response. From 12 to 13 February in St. Bonaventure Church. On the 22nd of September 2018, the Chinese government and the Vatican signed a historic agreement concerning the appointment of bishops in China. China's foreign ministry said that the agreement works to maintain c.